You know, Molly, I take the subway and the bus every day, and my rider experience depends so much on who I'm sitting beside. Sometimes my commute is totally ruined by the lady on the phone who's yelling at someone on the other end, or the guy who decided to clip his nails.
Oh, that is so gross.
I know.
Well, when I get on a bus, I really appreciate when a bus driver actually directs me to an empty seat that I can sit in so I don't end up accidentally sitting on someone.
Oh yeah, been there, done that. It's embarrassing.
But you can see.
I know, that's what makes it so embarrassing. I was probably looking at my phone.
Okay, well, Metro Vancouver's public transit network, TransLink, provides training to their bus operators on how to best assist passengers with special needs, including those with low vision.
And AMI's Grant Hardy got to visit the Vancouver Transit Centre to sit in on one of these training sessions.
This is the Vancouver Transit Centre, so of course all of the Vancouver-based buses run out of this centre. Our part in that is we're the training department, and we train all of the new operators for the conventional system, the shuttle system.
As chief instructor for TransLink, Metro Vancouver's bus network, Steve Muller takes a lot of pride in knowing that new bus drivers are prepared for their jobs, including serving travelers with vision loss.
Normally there's two folks that come in. There's Rob Sleeth and Sean Marcellet that come in. Sean now has her new dog that she brings in with her, Linda, and they spend about 45 minutes or so talking about the challenges that visually impaired folks would face in riding the transit system.
But they may have difficulty reading the bus number.
Then we also take the class with Sean and Rob, and we go out to the bus and we actually blindfold the class and have them try to navigate onto the bus and kind of make as many turns as we can to see if the students can figure out where we are in the city as we move through, and ask them questions about that.
41st and what? Oh my God.
It's very much accented on giving them some understanding and empathy for the challenges that the visually impaired community faces.
As mentioned in the class, blindfolding bus drivers isn't a fair representation of what it's like living with vision loss. Still, trainer Rob Sleeth finds that drivers get real benefits from the experience.
What I have found is, as a result of doing these awareness seminars with the transit operators, they're much more aware of the needs for people with sight loss and what they as transit operators can do to make our transit experience a little more comfortable.
Instead of keeping the training in-house, Steve Muller feels that there's great benefit in having people from the vision loss community speak to the driver trainees.
Somebody come in and talk to them and guide them through and really tell them what the challenges that they face on a daily basis are. And I think that a lot of people just don't ever have an opportunity to interact with people that are visually impaired, or when later on we do the accessible work with a couple of folks with mobility devices. A lot of people just never get a chance to interact with people, and it's a good opportunity for them to learn that they're just people with challenges that need to get on and off the bus. And I think it takes, I'm going to use the word, maybe a little bit of fear or tentativeness away from our trainees so that they're comfortable dealing with these folks later on.
For many of the driver trainees, this day ends up being a highlight in their month-long training. Bus driver Lee Caldecott says that the training is a great way to create understanding.
It gave me a different perspective of what people go through, trying to get on, trying to board the bus, trying to find your seat, trying to get off, trying not to bump into people. You know, me being a trainee, I kind of know where to grab and where the stanchions are, but for other people, I can just imagine the difficulty. I enjoyed the drive, being blindfolded, trying to figure out where we were going, which direction, and I was wrong 100% of the time.
Ultimately, Rob hopes that the training creates empathy and understanding that new drivers can take on the road with them, so passengers with vision loss have safe and stress-free travels.
I always tell them, listen, if you're not sure what to do when somebody with a disability boards your bus, whether that disability is sight loss, whether it's somebody in a wheelchair or some other form of disability, you can always open the conversation by simply saying, how best can I assist you?
It's it's great to hear how well served transit riders with low vision are in Vancouver.
That's for sure, not to mention how hard advocates like Rob Sleeth work to make sure their communities are accessible not only for them, but for everyone.
And what's really cool is all new bus operator trainees have to take this training in order to move on to their next stop.
Did you just say next stop?
Yes, pun intended.
Well done, Burke, but do you know which bus crossed the Atlantic Ocean?
What are you talking about?
Columbus. Get it?
Wow. Okay, it's time to move on.